2015, Mr. Cunningham.
Thank you very much. Great pleasure to be here.
Thank you for making the time. I'm so impressed you found a few minutes in your schedule.
My empty life. Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I'm only
So
kidding.
where are you back from now?
Very glamorous, yeah, Belfast. I have, well, about 2 weeks ago, just at the end of last year, I was finishing the new season, or season 5 of Game of Thrones.
And is that the end now, or do you
Well, it's the end for season 5, and it starts up again in usually around July to December. But there's lots of things to do before in
So how
the
many seasons is going to be? Do you know?
They think
another 2-3 seasons.
Well, they've confirmed that it's going to be a 6th one. We've just finished 5. 4 is about to come out on DVD, I think, in February. And then we finished 5, and they do all the post-production, all the editing, all that computer stuff. And so that's going to be launched, I think, in March sometime, but I'm not allowed to say why. Yeah.
Would you consider Game of Thrones your biggest role to date, or?
Well, I suppose, it depends what you mean by big. I mean, it's the most successful and the most watched. In fact, I just heard yesterday or the day before, for the 2nd year in a row, Game of Thrones has been the most illegally downloaded show on the planet.
Wow.
And
pretty unbelievable.
It's ridiculous, yeah. And also the most, it's broken another record as well, the most simultaneous illegal download.
Any particular countries as well that are?
No, South America is huge. No, well, I think the US is the biggest illegal downloader. But Australia is quite big, and South America, it's huge in South America. So, you know, it's, but I mean, apart from that, all the legitimate, it's still enormous. It's the biggest success HBO have ever had.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Game of Thrones has been huge, but what next?
You got out Game of Thrones quite quickly. What's next? Well, I have a few films about to come out, because everybody thinks that when you're filming Game of Thrones, you like live in this place, Westeros.
That's why I would like to know what next.
Yeah, no, we don't. Because there's so many people involved, and I mean, there's some episodes you're not in, and some you are, obviously. So you have a lot of time off. So I have freedom to do other stuff while I'm filming, or just after filming. I'm not on a complete exclusivity deal with it. So I have 3 or 4 films waiting to come out.
Can you give us?
Well, one of them has just come out, which was Noble,
Yeah.
Christina Noble's story, which did remarkably well, and did hugely well in festivals, especially in the States. We won audience awards all over the place. I mean, I'm only in it for 10, 15 minutes, but Deirdre Kane and Sarah Green and they're the kind of the stars of the film, and they did remarkably well with it, and they're wonderful in it. And it's an extraordinary story about this woman.
And what the next?
And then I did a movie. There's something about horror movies I like doing, and I did this movie called Let Us Pray, which is a very low budget horror movie which we shot in Scotland and the west of Ireland, and that I played the devil in that.
How was that?
It was great fun. I slipped into the character very easily. I don't know why.
Any sex scenes?
No, it's all above board. All above board.
I remember,
the devil is very conservative.
I remember I wanted to ask you about it. So curious to know, how do you feel when you have to play a sex scene? How do you prepare yourself? And what was the
How do you prepare yourself? You strip off.
You go to the gym for like a month before, or what's the build up to it?
If you've got preparation time, I mean, if you're a big shot movie star, 2 years in advance. When you're one of normal human being, you get maybe a month or 2. It depends. When you're doing jobs, you try and keep yourself in a condition that isn't going to make people nauseous, basically. So so you try and do that. Sex scenes I've done a few of them. I thought here's the bizarre thing.
With it at this stage, or is it still like?
No, it's horrific. It depends. It depends. I mean, listen, if you're working with it, I've been really lucky with the actresses that I have. had to do these things. I've been really lucky. They've been really cool girls, and we usually laugh about them. I mean, you do have to do. There is a certain calming that you have to do to it, and you have to discuss it quite heavily. I'll give you for instance. For people that watch Game of Thrones, there's my mortal enemy, or my main enemy in the show, is a Dutch actress called Carice van Houten, and she plays Melisandre, this red priestess. And there's a lot of people don't know that 4.5 years ago, I made a movie in South Africa with her called Black Butterflies, and we were lovers in the movie. And it was a German-Dutch co-production, so it didn't leave a lot to the imagination.
Oh, no.
So I had to do a few sex scenes with her. And,
I actually remember you telling me
yeah,
about it.
and but she's fantastic fun, and she's been.
But do you?
Go on.
For a normal human being,
Yeah.
I would think that.
I consider myself a normal human being, by the way.
Well, to the point.
Go on.
But after doing that sex scene, right, and then you have to work with that person again on a completely different level, is that not always on the back of your mind? Like you can see them naked?
Well, it's not difficult because Carice spends a little bit of time in the show naked, so not with me. But but listen, she's been doing it years, and she started acting really young, and there's hardly a film that she doesn't have to take her clothes off, because in Europe there isn't such what do you call
British,
it?
I guess.
Correct, exactly.
I would imagine,
so sex is seen as part of life in Europe.
Well, moving swiftly on.
Swiftly, yeah. Go ahead.
You know, I want to talk to you about something slightly different. It's not in relation to your acting.
Good.
Not many people know, and I happen to know, that you are a fantastic photographer.
Yeah, I do a bit of photography. Yeah.
You love photography, right?
I love it. Yeah, I keep it rather quiet. I have been asked to exhibit, but I keep saying no.
Well, I just would like to know, where did it come from, if you would like to tell me, and is it just, something that?
Well, I love traveling. No, it's kind of it's a lot to do with travels and having a crap memory. So I take a lot of photographs.
Yeah, but we all do that. Like you take it to slightly.
Yeah, a lot of people take snaps.
Yeah.
I'll give you I take my dog walking in my local park, which is a big park. I take 3-4 times a week, and I bring a bag of cameras with me every morning. Then I take them out and I take photographs. I could actually do a book on the duck pond in St. Anne's in Clontarf. I really could do a book on it.
So what is stopping you from actually doing something
from
about
exhibiting?
it? Yeah, releasing them, showing.
It's funny you should ask that. I've been asked why I won't do it. The acting thing is such a collaboration, right? So you've got on some of the bigger shows, like Warhorse, there's 1,000 people working on it, and you're a cog in a machine. You're just one of the wheels in a machine. In a weird way, even though you're putting yourself in front of millions of people, the same with Game of Thrones, you're part of a machine. Whereas when you take photographs, it's very personal. It's really personal. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm fearful of criticism, or maybe there's always people not going to like it. And I'm generally speaking, don't give a crap about criticism, to be honest with you. But if you go to the extent that people get behind you and everything is the focus on you, perhaps that's not why I'm a big shot movie star. I've always walked away from that kind of thing where the film revolves around me. Even when I played the lead, like for instance, in that horror film I was talking about, I mean, it's my name above it and blah, blah, blah. But the story is I like ensemble work. I've always been a fan of ensemble. It's the best way. But I will give you. I was asked to send one of my photographs to. There's a crowd called Zoom. It's a charity that all the Formula One photographers do, and I know a lot of the photographers, and I asked them their advice because they're geniuses, and some of the stuff that they do is, especially the Suttons, Mark and Keith Sutton, which are the main guys in Formula One. They're mates of mine, and they asked last year for an auction for Great Ormond Street Hospital they asked people people from Formula One, like Damon Hill and Kimi Räikkönen and all sorts of people, to send in photographs. And I was the only person that wasn't involved in Formula One, and I sent in. Maybe I'll send it. You can show it. I might allow you to put it in the interview. I sent one photograph, which is a photograph I took of Nico Rosberg, who came second to Lewis Hamilton in the championship that just went. He's Lewis Hamilton's teammate in Mercedes. He's brilliant, genius driver, and so is Lewis.
I love to see that.
And you might. Anyway, I took this photograph, and you can't see his face. It's just his hand holding the winning trophy of the British Grand Prix. So I sent it off, and in the auction, it only came second to Kimi Räikkönen. He got the most money, and I got second. But I just got an email a couple of weeks ago. Nico Rosberg saw the photograph, and he's asked me, can he have a copy of it? So he's gonna. It looks like he's gonna send it on his wall.
I think I will be on a private mission to get you to do it.
We'll see. You know, there's an awful lot of that. It's a bit like actors staying in a band and all that. You know, when they join a band and they're sort of average. No, but you know what I mean. When they want to, oh yeah, okay, I'm an actor, so therefore you better look at my photographs. Here's my book. Here's my, my children's book. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but using your notoriety or your fame to push something else is always. There's something in me finds it slightly distasteful, but I'm not saying that it's wrong for anybody else, but I sometimes I send photographs to friends and stuff. Or I've taken something interest.
You're a very sensitive person.
Yeah, I'm a sensitive, so sensitive. Yeah, hugely sensitive. Yeah.
Liam, it was great talking to you.
A pleasure, Isabella.
Thank you so much.
Never a chore. And congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much. Thank you. And I hope I see you soon. We talk
at
again.
The wedding.
We talk. Well, absolutely at the wedding. But I hope I see you before that.
Fingers crossed.
Thanks a million. Thank you.